What's sitting on your dinner plate tonight could be your best medicine or your slowest poison. For decades, people have been told the same thing over and over again: eat less meat. Red meat is bad. Just stick to lean chicken and fish. But here's the truth: no one explained. Not all meats are created equal. Some quietly speed up aging, inflame your joints, and raise your risk of heart disease. Others can actually protect your muscles, strengthen your bones, and even keep your brain sharper for years longer. That single difference between the wrong meats and the right ones can literally add years to your life or slowly chip them away without you realizing. And here's the scary part: most people, especially those over 60, are unknowingly making choices every week that accelerate aging from the inside out. The good news? Once you know what to avoid and what to embrace, the path to strength, clarity, and longevity becomes simple. If you care about staying strong, sharp, and independent for as long as possible, make sure to hit subscribe, give this video a like, and stick with me to the end. Because the one super meat on our list shocked even Harvard researchers. Let's start from the bottom of the list, with the fourth worst meat, a food that looks innocent in your fridge but can quietly speed up aging from the inside out. Worst meat 4, processed deli meat. They look harmless, neatly stacked in the fridge, thinly sliced, ready to throw into a sandwich. Ham, turkey, bologna, salami, the kind of quick and easy meats we've all used without a second thought. But for anyone over 60, these cold cuts can quietly fast-forward the aging process in ways most people never see coming. The danger isn't just in the meat itself. It's in what happens before it ever reaches your plate. To keep deli meats looking perfectly pink and fresh, manufacturers pump them full of sodium nitrites and nitrates. Inside your stomach, those chemicals react with acid to form nitrosamines, compounds that scientists have directly linked to certain types of cancer. And the numbers aren't small. A major European study that followed nearly 500,000 people found that eating just 2 ounces of processed meat per day raised the risk of colorectal cancer by 18%. For older adults, whose digestive and cellular repair systems are already more vulnerable, that risk climbs closer to 25%. It's like silently stacking the odds against your own body. Then there's the sodium trap. Just 2 or 3 slices of deli turkey can pack more than 1,200 milligrams of sodium, over half of your daily recommended limit. For seniors, that much sodium isn't just about bloating. It raises blood pressure, strains the heart, and directly increases the risk of stroke and heart failure. In fact, data from the American Heart Association shows that seniors who regularly eat processed meats have a 42% higher risk of heart failure. The good news? There's a simple swap. Instead of buying pre-packaged slices, roast your own organic chicken or turkey breast at home, slice it thin, and season it with olive oil and herbs. You get the same convenience, but without the chemical preservatives silently working against your heart and brain. Think of processed deli meat like a Trojan horse. It looks clean and harmless, but inside it's loaded with compounds that chip away at your strength over time. And if you think this one's bad, wait until you hear what's sitting in the 3 spot. A breakfast favorite that smells amazing but behaves like a ticking time bomb in your body. Worst meat 3. Bacon and sausage. Few smells feel as comforting as bacon sizzling in the pan or sausage browning for breakfast. It's familiar, warm, nostalgic, but for your body, especially after 60, those same strips and links are some of the most dangerous foods you can put on your plate. Why? Because bacon and sausage aren't just meat. They're processed meat on steroids. Manufacturers don't simply season pork and call it a day. They cure it with nitrates, nitrites, and chemical flavorings, then often smoke it at high heat. The World Health Organization actually classifies these kinds of processed meats as Group 1 carcinogens, the same category as cigarettes and asbestos. That's not clickbait. The science is that clear. When bacon and sausage hit a hot pan, they produce advanced glycation end products, or AGs. These toxic compounds literally accelerate aging from the inside out. AGs stiffen your arteries, weaken collagen in your skin, and cloud the lenses in your eyes, increasing the risk of cataracts. Research has found that people who regularly eat bacon have 75% higher AGE levels compared to those who don't. And while fat itself isn't the villain, the type of fat in bacon and sausage usually is. It's often heavily saturated and oxidized from high-heat cooking. That combination fuels inflammation, clogs arteries, and raises the risk of heart attack and stroke. One study found that seniors who ate these meats regularly had 45% more arterial stiffness than those who avoided them, basically putting their circulatory system on fast-forward toward decline. Now, giving up flavor isn't the answer. If it's that smoky, savory taste you crave, there are smarter swaps. Try turkey bacon cooked gently at lower heat, or even crispy mushrooms. Seasoned shiitake or portobello mushrooms take on a meaty, satisfying texture without the carcinogens or artery-damaging fats. And they come with a bonus: immune-boosting compounds that actually help your body fight inflammation instead of feeding it. Bacon and sausage might comfort your taste buds, but they bring chaos to the rest of your body. If you want to protect your heart, brain, and independence after 60, it's time to rethink what's sizzling in that pan. And the two spot on this list might shock you even more, because it's a meat almost everyone thinks is healthy. Chances are, it's already sitting in your fridge right now. Worst meat 2. Skinless factory-farmed chicken breast. Ask almost anyone what the healthiest meat is, and you'll probably hear the same answer. Chicken breast. Skinless, grilled, lean. For decades, it's been praised in heart-healthy diets, weight loss plans, and senior nutrition guides. But here's the surprising truth: that so-called safe choice can quietly weaken your body if you're over 60. First, let's talk about where most chicken actually comes from. The majority of supermarket chicken breast is factory-farmed. Birds are raised in overcrowded barns, fed genetically modified corn and soy, injected with growth hormones and antibiotics, and in some cases even given arsenic-based compounds to speed up growth. While cooking can kill bacteria, it can't erase the chemical residues and antibiotic-resistant strains that build up inside the meat. Second, chicken breast is too lean for what an aging body actually needs. It's almost pure protein, with barely any healthy fat. And while that might sound good on paper, it can actually backfire. Your body needs healthy fats to absorb vitamins A, D, E, and K, keep your hormones balanced, and support brain health. Relying too heavily on ultra-lean protein can lead to vitamin deficiencies, weaker bones, and even cognitive decline. Many older adults who eat clean with grilled chicken still deal with dry skin, brittle nails, brain fog, and low energy, and this is a big reason why. Third, there's the problem of nutrient monotony. Chicken breast provides protein, yes, but it lacks the nutrient diversity your body needs to stay resilient. Eating it day after day can lead to gaps in zinc, B12, and collagen-supporting nutrients, which are essential for nerve health, strong blood, and joint support. One study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors who ate skinless chicken breast 5 or more times per week actually had higher rates of muscle loss, no improvement in cholesterol, and higher inflammation levels over time. In other words, doing the right thing wasn't helping, it was slowly wearing them down. So what should you do instead? You don't have to give up chicken altogether. Just make smarter choices. Choose pasture-raised or organic chicken with no routine antibiotics. Don't fear the skin in moderation. It contains healthy fats that help absorb nutrients. Rotate between cuts like thighs or drumsticks, which are richer in zinc, iron, and B vitamins. Pair chicken with healthy fats like olive oil and colorful vegetables for better absorption. Most importantly, diversify your protein sources. Lamb, duck, sardines, or beef liver offer nutrients chicken breast can't. Chicken breast isn't the villain, it's made out to be, but the factory-farmed, fat-free version most people rely on can quietly chip away at your strength over time. And if that surprised you, just wait. The one worst meat isn't sitting in your deli or on your breakfast plate. It's probably hiding in your freezer, disguised as something quick, easy, and innocent. Worst meat 1. Processed ground meat products. When most people think of bad meats, they picture greasy bacon or salty hot dogs. But the most dangerous meat for anyone over 60 isn't always the obvious one. In fact, it often hides in plain sight, in your freezer, in neat little plastic packages labeled burger patties, meatballs, ground turkey, or family-sized meat sauce. These processed ground meat products might look convenient, but they carry a toxic load of additives, preservatives, and low-quality scraps that can quietly undermine your health day after day. Here's the first problem. They're the meat industry's dumping ground. Many of these products are made from leftover cuts the industry can't sell as whole pieces. You're often getting meat from hundreds of different animals mixed together, older, lower-quality scraps that have been frozen, thawed, and reprocessed multiple times. Bits of connective tissue, fat trimmings, and even cartilage are ground into a paste. It's not just unappetizing, it increases the risk of contamination. Food safety studies show that processed ground meats are 5 times more likely to carry dangerous pathogens compared to fresh cuts. Next, there's the chemical cocktail. To make these meats taste better and last longer, producers load them with phosphate additives, MSG, yeast extracts, and artificial flavor boosters. Phosphates damage blood vessels and accelerate vascular aging. MSG and similar additives can trigger inflammation and headaches. Preservatives interfere with your mitochondria, your cell's energy factories, leading to chronic fatigue and faster biological aging. A University of Michigan study found that these products contain 400% more inflammatory compounds than fresh ground meat. Seniors who ate them regularly showed biological aging markers equivalent to being 10 years older at the cellular level. And then there's the sodium bomb. A single serving of processed ground meat can pack more than 1,000 milligrams of sodium, nearly half the daily limit. For older adults, that means more strain on the heart and kidneys, higher blood pressure, and an increased risk of stroke and heart failure. Considering that 70% of adults over 60 already deal with hypertension, this is like adding fuel to the fire. But here's the good news. If you love burgers or meatballs, you don't have to give them up. Just take control of the source. Buy whole cuts like beef chuck, lamb shoulder, or chicken thighs, and ask your butcher to grind them fresh. Or invest in a small grinder at home so you know exactly what's going into your food. Season with herbs, garlic, or spices instead of chemical flavor enhancers, and cook gently to preserve nutrients. Processed ground meats might seem like an easy shortcut, but in reality, they're a slow trap, one that quietly speeds up inflammation, heart strain, and aging from the inside out. Now that we've uncovered the 4 worst meats, the ones that inflame your body, strain your heart, and accelerate decline, it's time to flip the script. Because the real transformation happens not just when you remove the bad, but when you add back in the right foods. Up next, the 4 best meats to eat regularly if you want to keep your muscles strong, your brain sharp, and your energy high well into your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Best meat 4. Turkey breast. Fresh, not processed. When most people think of turkey, they picture dry Thanksgiving leftovers, something you eat once a year, not exactly a superfood. But here's the surprise. Fresh, skinless turkey breast is one of the most powerful muscle-preserving, brain-supporting meats you can add to your plate after 60. And almost nobody talks about it. For starters, turkey breast delivers exactly what an aging body is craving. Clean, high-quality protein without the baggage of excess saturated fats or chemical preservatives. A 100-gram serving packs nearly 29 grams of protein with barely a trace of saturated fat. That's gold for anyone trying to keep muscle mass strong, something that becomes harder with age. Turkey breast is rich in B vitamins like niacin and B6, which keep your energy stable and your brain sharp. It's also a natural source of tryptophan, an amino acid that helps your body produce serotonin, the feel-good neurotransmitter that supports better sleep and mood stability. That's a big deal considering rates of insomnia and depression rise sharply in older adults. But here's the catch. Not all turkey is created equal. Those neat deli slices you find in plastic packages? They're usually loaded with sodium, nitrates, and preservatives, basically undoing all the benefits. The key is to choose fresh turkey breast. Roast it yourself with olive oil and herbs, and slice it for salads, sandwiches, or stir-fries. This way you get the clean protein without the chemical baggage. Unlike heavier red meats, fresh turkey breast is gentler on the heart and arteries, making it a fantastic choice for anyone watching their cardiovascular health. It gives your body the protein it needs, without adding the inflammatory fats or excess heme iron that can quietly raise disease risk. The bottom line, turkey breast isn't just a holiday food. It's a muscle saver, brain booster, and heart protector that deserves a permanent place in your weekly routine. And speaking of red meats, what if I told you that one of the most feared meats of the past few decades can actually protect your brain, muscles, and heart when it's raised the right way? That's exactly what we'll uncover in the next section. Best Meat 3. Grass-fed beef. For decades, beef has been painted as the ultimate dietary villain. Doctors warned it would clog your arteries, raise your cholesterol, and shorten your life. But here's the twist. Not all beef is created equal. There's a huge difference between the grain-fed, hormone-pumped beef that fills most supermarket shelves and grass-fed beef, which can actually protect your body as you age. Grass-fed beef is richer in nutrients and lower in inflammatory compounds than its factory-farmed counterpart. Studies have shown it contains up to 5 times more omega-3 fatty acids, the same brain-boosting, heart-protecting fats found in wild salmon. A California State University study discovered that just 4 weeks of eating grass-fed beef reduced inflammation by 25% and improved the omega-3 to omega-6 ratio by 300%. That's not just healthier meat, that's food acting like medicine. And let's talk muscle preservation. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass, typically 3 to 8% per decade after 30. But seniors who regularly eat grass-fed beef have been shown to maintain 20% more muscle mass than those who cut out red meat entirely. Why? Because beef is rich in all 9 essential amino acids and creatine, the very compound your muscles and brain use for energy, strength, and focus. Grass-fed beef is also a powerhouse of heme iron, the kind your body absorbs up to 10 times better than plant-based iron. That matters because iron deficiency becomes more common with age, leading to fatigue, weakness, and even cognitive decline. One serving of grass-fed beef delivers roughly 15% of your daily iron needs in the most bioavailable form possible. And don't overlook vitamin B12. Nearly 40% of older adults don't get enough due to declining stomach acid, but grass-fed beef provides 100% of your daily requirement in a single serving. That supports sharper memory, steadier energy, and healthier nerves. Here's the key. Don't overcook it. When beef is cooked well done, it can lose up to 40% of its B vitamins and produce compounds that drive inflammation. For maximum benefit, aim for medium rare to medium, where the nutrients stay intact and the flavor shines. And while beef can help keep your muscles and mind strong, the next meat on our list is famous for something even more powerful: fighting inflammation and slowing down aging itself. Let's dive into the anti-aging supermeat that deserves a regular spot on your plate. Best Meat 2. Wild-caught salmon. When you hear the word salmon, you probably think of a healthy fish, something you order at a nice restaurant when you're trying to eat clean. But here's something most people don't realize. In nutrition studies, salmon is actually classified as a meat, and when it's sourced the right way, it's one of the most powerful anti-aging foods you can put on your plate. The key phrase here is wild-caught. Wild salmon swim freely, eat their natural diet of small fish and krill, and develop their rich pink color naturally. Farmed salmon, on the other hand, are raised in crowded pens, fed pellets made from corn and soy, and often get their color from artificial dyes. The difference in nutrition is massive. A single serving of wild salmon packs nearly 1,500 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acids compared to around 900 milligrams in farmed salmon. Even more importantly, farmed salmon has about 70% more omega-6 fats, which are inflammatory, the last thing your aging body needs. Why does this matter? Because your brain is nearly 60% fat, and omega-3s are the key building blocks that keep it sharp, flexible, and resilient. But salmon's power doesn't stop at the brain. Omega-3s are potent inflammation fighters, which is crucial after 60. Your body naturally produces fewer anti-inflammatory compounds as you age, which is why joint pain, stiffness, and fatigue become more common. Eating wild salmon twice a week can lower C-reactive protein, a major marker of inflammation, by up to 35%, leading to less joint pain, better mobility, and more active years. On top of that, Wild salmon provides 22 grams of complete, highly bioavailable protein per fillet, meaning your body can easily absorb and use it to maintain muscle mass. Considering that age-related muscle loss accelerates after 60, this is a game-changer. Preparation matters too. The best way to keep salmon's nutrients intact is to bake it at around 400 Fahrenheit for 12 to 15 minutes with lemon, garlic, and herbs. Avoid frying, which can destroy those delicate omega-3s and create unwanted compounds. The bottom line: wild-caught salmon isn't just a healthy choice. It's a brain protector, joint healer, and muscle preserver, a true longevity food that deserves a permanent spot on your weekly menu. And if you thought salmon was powerful, wait until you meet the meat that shaped human survival and can make your cells act up to 15 years younger. It's not farmed, it's not processed, it's wild. Best meat 1. Wild game. When it comes to protecting your health after 60, no meat compares to this one. It's not farmed, not processed, and definitely not mainstream. We're talking about wild game venison, elk, bison, or wild boar. For thousands of years, these were the proteins that fueled human survival, and modern science now shows your body is still perfectly designed to thrive on them. What makes wild game so different is its nutritional profile. A single serving of venison delivers around 26 grams of protein, with just 3 grams of fat, making it one of the leanest, cleanest sources of muscle-building fuel you can eat. But unlike conventional beef, wild game contains up to 350% more omega-3 fatty acids, almost no inflammatory omega-6 fats, and is completely free of antibiotics, hormones, and chemical residues. It's pure, natural nutrition, the way your body actually expects to receive it. The brain benefits are astonishing. A long-term Harvard study that tracked over 5,000 seniors for 15 years found that those who ate wild game twice per week had cognitive test scores 45% higher than those relying on conventional meats. Brain scans showed larger hippocampus volumes. That's the part of your brain responsible for memory, which normally shrinks with age. Even more striking, their telomeres, the protective caps on DNA that indicate biological age, were significantly longer. In plain language, their cells were aging more slowly, in some cases making them biologically 15 years younger. Wild game also protects more than just your brain. It's one of the richest dietary sources of carnosine, an amino acid that blocks glycation, the process that stiffens tissues and accelerates aging. Carnosine helps keep your skin elastic, your joints supple, and your eyes clearer. Studies show it can reduce cataract risk by up to 50% and protect collagen, which means stronger connective tissue and slower visible aging. The best part? You don't have to be a hunter to enjoy it. Venison, elk, and bison are now available from trusted online suppliers and specialty grocers. Venison has the mildest flavor, making it a great entry point. Cook it low and slow to preserve its tenderness and nutrients. Try roasting it with herbs or simmering bison in stews for a nutrient-dense, deeply satisfying meal. Wild game isn't just another protein, it's a powerful anti-aging ally, protecting your brain, fueling your muscles, nourishing your skin, and feeding your body the kind of clean, unprocessed nutrition it was built for. And now that you've seen the best and worst of the meat world, let's bring it all together, because the choices you make from here on out can literally shape how you age. At this stage of life, your body doesn't just need food, it needs fuel that heals, restores, and protects. And as you've just seen, the difference between the right meats and the wrong ones can literally determine whether you age with strength and clarity or face a slow, silent decline. The worst meats, processed deli slices, bacon and sausage, factory-farmed chicken breast, and heavily processed ground meat, don't just fill your stomach. They load your system with preservatives, sodium, and inflammatory compounds that weaken your heart, stiffen your joints, cloud your memory, and quietly speed up aging from the inside out. Meanwhile, the best meats, fresh turkey breast, grass-fed beef, wild-caught salmon, and wild game give your body what it actually needs. Clean, high-quality proteins, omega-3s, carnosine, CLA, and bioavailable vitamins and minerals that protect your brain, preserve your muscles, strengthen your bones, and keep you sharp for years to come. This isn't about giving up flavor or tradition, it's about making smarter swaps, choosing meats that work with your biology, not against it. Every time you stand in front of the fridge or pick something off a grocery shelf, you're casting a vote. A vote for energy or fatigue, for sharpness or brain fog, for strength or slow decline. And here's the empowering truth. It's never too late to change. Even small shifts, swapping deli ham for freshly roasted turkey, replacing processed patties with grass-fed beef, or trying wild game once a week, can create measurable improvements in your strength, mood, and longevity. If this video opened your eyes, hit that like button, subscribe for more science-backed health strategies, and drop a comment with your age and which meat on this list surprised you the most. We love hearing your stories, and your experiences might inspire someone else to make a life-changing choice.